Jackson versus Holland United football game. Hmm? Come. No, nothing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the lineups for the Holland United team. In goal, we have the number 40, Hakeem Hudson. Number 17, Coran Enriquez. Number 6, Daniel Brown. Number 19, Shaquille Fox. Number 16, Saran Williams. Number 11, Mario Williams. Number 18, Delano Green. Number 20, Kyle Winslow. Number 3, Joshua Wade. Number 14, Devon Davis. And number 5, Shalale Garden. So the two captains meet and they're about to flip the coin to select which team will kick to which side. So let's see how it goes. So the Jackson team, they're in orange and they will be kicking from left to right. They will kick. The Holland team is in orange and they'll be kicking from left to right. And the Jackson team is in red and they'll be kicking from right to left. And Holland gets the game started and they're passing the ball around as they normally do. And the Holland United team, they lost the ball for the first time. However, they quickly received it and they're trying to force that first attack. With Wade falling to the ground, he's one to watch for today as the number 18 kicks for goal. That was Delano Green right there with a very good shot. However, the keeper stopped it very easily.
Daniel, you call him back in front of you, man. Can't make him drift. You go have a hole in front of you.
A lot of twisting and turning there, and Jacksontown comes out with the ball, and we now see Brandy's Erskine going towards goal. He kicks a very hard shot right there, but the keeper manages to stop it, and he is down for some reason. Looking back at the replay here, it seemed to have actually hit him in the head. So the ball stopped when he hit him and not him actually stopping it.
It is space. That's what you're working with. Stop holding. Hey, Quran, it hasn't changed. Just look for the player in the most space that's limited at it.
Straight for him.
Now we see the goalkeeper getting some assistance there. Shout out to Sender Price in the chat. Yes, the surface does look very, very good. And of course, we're expecting to see some very good game playing here today as well. Second attempt there by Brandy's Erskine, and the ball goes wide. Last time here out against Harmony, he scored, and he's really looking as if he wants to do the same against the Holland United team right here. So Hugh George Watson there in the number 3, winning a foul. Momentarily, I will be going through the Jackson lineup, but we now see Hugh George Watson spotting the ball. And knowing the Jacksontown team, this is one of their classic setups, as he will obviously be passing it over for them to be attacking it. And as I said, that is a classic Jacksontown play right there. So going through the lineup, we have the number 1 in goal, Alex Roden, number 16, Brandy's Erskine, number 3, Hugh George Watson, number 10, Richard Williams, number 13, O'Keel Evans, number 8, Delmar White, number 17, Tariq McGrath, number 11, Akil Smith, number 4, Ashwin Minto, number 19, Aldine Vernon, and number 9, O'Shane Jackson. Good score in by Hugh George Watson over the Jacksontown team there, the number 13. He wasted that opportunity. O'Keel Evans. It was a very good chance right in the 18-yard box. However, he couldn't manage to keep it low, and it went right over the top, over the crossbar. The goalkeeper not playing it safe right there, but the Holland team came away with it. Okay, Evans there passing it to the number 19, who now squares it in. Good shot there. And the number 11, Akil Smith, he's also one to watch over on the right side. He's a very dangerous player. He has a lot of speed and he has a lot of crosses in his foot as well. Good try there by Hugh George Watson. And the Jackson team, they win another corner.
Hey, man, I'm going in. My side. Kyle, Kyle. Let's keep working until the second, man. Let's keep working until the second, man. You have to call him, man.
You remember, man? You remember, sir?
You're watching your post run.
Beautiful try there. Over Holland manages to get it out. The number 10 there, Richard Williams, the captain of the team, seems to not be settled as yet. However, slowly but surely he will get there. Brandy's plays Akil inside, and they win another corner, making it that being their third corner for the game. Once more, Hugh George Watson slowly goes to the corner with the ball as the Jackson team seek to get their first goal in the game.
That look big, man. And yeah, man, yard, man, yeah, man.
This must be Maradona's son because he's trying to get that very famous World Cup handball in the back of the net, but obviously we heard it and he gave him the yellow card. That was the number 10, Richard Williams.
Well done. Yo.
We see Akil Evans and Joshua Wade fighting in the park there with Akil Evans winning the foul with the Jackson number 17, Tariq McGrath, taking the free kick. And as usual, Hugh George Watson is controlling play, passing it all the way back to the goalkeeper as he goes along.
Chris, you have to come with Daniel.
Don't forget to like the video, hit the thumbs up, share it with some persons that are not on here, because we're here trying to build out the TRELAWNY Major League here on the Jamaica Street Sports channel. So you want to like, you want to share, and you definitely want to subscribe because there'll be a lot more videos coming in to you.
Try, boy, go try. Just squeeze it right there so the trail get closer up.
Holland winning their fifth throw-in. However, they play the advantage for the Jackson team. Due to that advantage, Jackson now has their fourth corner of the game. So let's see who will step up to kick this one as Hugh George Watson pulling up his socks and is moving to the back post. So we see the number 11, Akil Smith, standing over the corner. Scores it over and Hugh George Watson. He never got the connection that he wanted. And Holland now has the ball in play for a lovely counter attack. the Jackson team, I mean, starting back the game from a throw in and an attempted
Outside, outside.
cross. However, it doesn't make it all the way.
Side. Inside. Go. Time. No. Between you and Siran. In front time. Now Siran inside. You're Siran inside. No, you're Koran. You're Koran. Yo!
Good try there by Brandy's Erskine after a quick and easy 1-2 play with Hugh George Watson. And Hugh George Watson now has the ball back on his foot again. However, he had his jersey pulled and he's looking and he's wondering what exactly happened. The referee is not letting the game getting out of hand, and he didn't step up to the player, but he spoke out to let him know that that is not allowed. Jackson kicking their fifth corner kick. Hugh George Watson standing over the ball. Beautiful square. However, it goes too close to the goalkeeper and he punches it out with the number 17 for the Jackson team, Tarek McGrath, trying to get a shot off. However, he ended up fouling the Holland United team and they win a free kick in their defensive third.
Just look for pass it to the man in our best. Chill. Chill. Come on, chill.
That's right. That's
Chill.
let's sit more, man. Keep it up till
You see Joshua Waite, they're fighting for the ball. And Holland, they are winning a lot of throw-ins. They now stand with 8 throw-ins actually, with the Jackson team doing the best they possibly can to slow down the play. The captain for the Jackson team coming out the winner, passing the ball out, and Akil Smith squares it all the way over, trying to find the number 19, Aldane Vernon, who is now fouled. And as usual, we see Hugh George Watson stepping up to the ball to kick what is the second free kick for the Jackson team. In a very good position knowing their playing style. And the goalkeeper goes for one player in the wall. Good kick there by Hugh George Watson. Of the goalkeeper, he did his best and he managed to keep it out. Throws it out to the number 11. And we see Coran passing the ball to Joshua Waite. as he now receives it back from the number 11 and he squares it to the inside. Good try there by Joshua.
Shield, tighter. Tighter.
Good work, Koran. Good work, Koran.
18!
Siran. Remember, you're
Davis, pick up
outside.
a
You're
tree.
not
Pick up a
inside.
tree, Davis.
Jackson closing themselves in a very close situation there. However, they pass the ball along. And Holland is now forcing the issue on the right side, passing it to the number 11,
18! And
Mario
pick up.
Williams,
Siran, remember,
for us
Siran.
to see the first offside of the game so far.
Yeah.
So that is actually the second offside of the game, with Jackson receiving one earlier.
Come on, referee.
And they receive one again.
Koran. Let's instigate just like here. The passing, the man.
Yeah.
Come to land, shield, man.
Cheer.
Beautiful try there by the number 14 on the Holland
Good
team,
work, good work, good try.
Devon
Let
Davis.
counter.
However, he just never had the power on it to get it all the way across the line.
Get there. Joshua, man, you failed, man.
Well done, Siran. Good goal. Good goal, Siran. Yo, Shaq. No, Shaq. Chris. Push up in our space, sister.
We see the number 6 standing
Yeah,
over the
you're good.
ball, Siran Williams,
Good goal, Siran. Good
looking
goal.
as if he will go for the attempt. We have 3 men in the wall. Let's see if he can go over it. Beautiful kick there, however. Kante, Akil Evans,
Closer.
he went and he did the keeper's job for him. But the job is not done as yet, as Holland, they still had the ball.
Chill.
Get behind you. Come outside, the boy.
Good collect there by the goalkeeper. Slowing the play down here as he goes long to the left side, passing it to the Jackson player as Akil Smith goes for it from long. And Akeem Hudson did a very good effort to keep the ball out of the back of the net. We have another free kick for the Jackson team, making it 3 free kicks, and they now win another corner, and the corners are really stacking up. And we see Akil Smith standing over the ball. Seems to be him being the assigned corner kick taker for that side of the field. And the keeper does well to receive this one. And he kicks along to the number 20, Kyle Wilson. He has a lot of options, and he chooses to pass it to Mario Williams, the number 11, as Jackson steal, and Hugh George Watson now has the ball at his foot.
Daniel. Step up with it, man.
That's yours now. That's yours, Mario. All the way, man.
Beautiful move there by O'Hale Evans as the Jackson team they try to advance play. However, the ball comes all the way back into their defensive third as they receive a throw in. Brandy's Erskine attacked there by two players
Walking, man.
as the ball now goes back to George Watson and he passes it out to the number 19, Aldane Vernon. However, he was offside, and the Holland team seems to be playing a very, very good offside game there, with Jackson now having 3 offsides compared to Holland's 1.
Come here. Kyle, have a look for the first pass, man, all the time. Yes, watch me. Keep coming inside there so with him.
And we see what looks like the number 6, Daniel Brown, receiving some magic spray right there after a small incident in his team's 6-yard box.
They can have a winning the pitch up, and kick a kick over there, so. And you just throw a man inside and the back outside. Who's more dangerous? Who's the man closer to your goal? Outside there, give me the width with that. Outside, you're talking, that's different.
Number 17 receiving the ball on the Holland team. And it goes to Hugh George Watson. You know, the Jackson team passing it around. With the ball now at the foot of Brandy's Erskine as he tries to get it to Akil Smith.
That's yours, Kyle.
All the way back to the goalkeeper. It's a heavy one, but he manages to control it and now goes along over to the left of the field. And it looks as Serrano Williams is running down the wing, trying to get a square over, but O'Keel Evans does a very, very good job there and takes the ball from him. Hugh George Watson doing what he does best, and it passes to the number 19, Aldane Vernon. All he had to do was use his foot side and calmly pass that one into the back of the net. However, he did not manage to even get it on target.
Come again, man. Come again. Run off of that, man. Whoa, boy. Here, man. How long after? How long after?
That's yours, Mario.
Good try there by the number 20, Kyle Wilson, for the Holland team. However, he doesn't get the connection that he would have wanted,
Pick up Joshua.
and the ball spills to the right of the goal.
Kyle.
See a lot of fumbling going on there, and the Holland team manages to get a shot through the crowd by the number 17 Coran Enriquez. However, we now see the referee halting play as O'Keel Evans went down. Beautiful pass, and Brandy Erskine has it, and he kicks it into the back of the net. Randy Erskine, a very clinical goal scorer, and a second Sunday in a row, he gets a goal for the Jacksontown team. We hear on the sideline the voice of Dwight Jeremiah, the coach of the Holland United team, and sometimes you also hear Malawi Palmer as they are really guiding their team, especially when them now going down a goal to the bad. They will need that guidance to get it back level to eventually add some spice to this game. And we have an offside there by the number 20 for the Holland team, as Kyle Wilson was moving too fast ahead of the
Referee
play.
is losing, so why thing with it? He's losing, referee. So why not them attack up? He's losing. He's losing. All right, good, good, good. He said something I lose, so why have to?
Alex Roden, the goalkeeper for the Jacksontown team, plays it long to Hugh George Watson. However, his feet hits the ground before he connects with the ball. And that was not a good shot. The Holland goalkeeper there trying to force the play. However, he kicks it all the way out. And the Jacksontown team now has a throw in. And we see Kyle Wilson with his head down looking at the ball. Passes it to Hugh George Watson. As he tries to get it back to Kyle. To Akil Smith, I should say. And Akil Smith is now going to be taking a corner as Jackson now has their seventh corner of the game. Beautiful goal there by the Jackson team. As we see, they now go 2 goals up, 2 goals to the good, as they all walk off smiling after a beautiful goal from the number 19, Aldane Vernon.
Come on, Miss I. Still up here.
The Holland team now gives themselves a lot of work to do with us still being here in the first half, and the score being Jackson 2, Holland 0. So if you're just tuning in, you're watching here live on the Jamaica Street Sports channel, and we are here live at the Jackson Community Center as we see Akil Smith losing the ball there for the Jackson team, but for some reason we see them now receiving another corner with crossing the ball in being one of their strong points, the strongest area of their game, and Akil Smith is looking to get the ball in for a third, but Brandy's Erskine, he doesn't make the best use of that one there. Terry Q McGraw there passing the ball out as Jackson Town is seeking to get another attack going, but the Holland team they put a stop to it and they're now trying to get their own attack going. See Joshua Waite controlling the ball there,
Come on, Mario, man.
doing a very good job.
And that's yours now.
As the ball is now played over to the number 11, but he seems to not be very, very brave as the goalkeeper came out and he collected that one very, very easily. As he sends it all the way to the opposite end to the Holland goalkeeper.
Can't give me that song.
Jackson Town with another opportunity there, passing the ball to the number 19. However, he didn't manage to control it and it runs all the way to allow Holland
Can't give it.
to now have a goal kick. Akil Smith passing the ball there. Hugh George Watson controlling play in the middle of the park. As we see the Holland player forces it out, thwarting the effort of the Jackson Town team. We see Hugh George Watson. Hugh George Watson receiving a cheeky fall right there as they try to chip the ball over. And they're now in a very, very dangerous position as the ball goes wide to the number 4, Ashwin Minto. And Akil Smith now has the ball at his feet. A lot of fighting in the park as the Holland team, they're really trying to get a goal to come back in this game. However, Jackson Town, they're using their experience and making the most of the game so far. And Akil Smith now has the ball at his foot. Looking to square it inside. Does his best and he now wins another corner as the Holland United team has now conceded 9 corners so far. Good square there by Akil Smith. However, they make no use of the opportunity. The Jackson team they receive another corner. As you see, the number 19, he took it, but they didn't manage to get the ball over.
We're not supposed to give it.
Good call out there by the Holland goalkeeper, Akeem Hudson, as the Holland team, they're trying to do their best to get down the left side. However, the Jackson team collected the ball only to play it out for now Holland to be taking a throw in. Randy's Erskine there trying to get the ball. He's pressing the goalkeeper. Quick turn! And he lets him loose. Good clearance there by the number 17, Terry Q. McGrath. He's been doing a very good job so far in the heart of the defense. Sweeping and clearing up as O'Keel Evans, Conte they call him, has been keeping the line with Hugh George Watson there now complaining about a foul that he did not commit. As Holland United now has their third free kick of the game. They're not receiving many free kicks. However, when the fouls do come, they get them in some good areas. This is not one of them though. But the goalkeeper goes long, only to give the ball back to Jacksontown on the foot of Akil Smith, with Brandy Erskine losing another chance right there. He's holding his shin and he's wondering what's really going on. We see Brandy's Erskine down as the referee calls the medical team. Plays restarted by the Holland team with a free kick as they now try to come to the right side of the field, which they do not use most of the time. However, they're changing back to the left side, which they seem to be more comfortable with. Okay, Evans passing it out to the number 8, Delmar White. He missed control. Now the ball is back to the Holland United team.
Closer.
Huge George Watson calmly with the ball, passing it out to the number 9.
Come in, Kyle.
Shane Jackson gets it into the captain, the number 10.
No shot, no shot.
Richard Williams loses it, and
Touch it.
the Holland
Well
United
done, well
player
done,
Joshua
Joshua.
Waite, he wins a very very smart free kick
Good one. Good goal, boy.
with multiple players now standing over the ball,
Good goal, Siran.
Wow.
with Siran Williams now claiming that free kick. The goalkeeper calling 4 or 5 men to the wall. With this being a very, very acute angle. So we now see 4 men standing in the wall. Siran Williams for Holland United.
Siran.
Let's see what he will do. He wastes a very wasted opportunity right there. And he looks very, very disappointed, as if you're just tuning in live, the score is Jackson Town 2, Holland United nil. So that goal would have really made a huge, huge difference in the game. Trolling it and passing it out to his teammate, as we see Holland United trying to get a counter attack. Joshua Waite following the goalkeeper right there. You see huge George Watson controlling play, but we are now at the half time mark. Hold on. Bringing some statistics to you here live. Firstly, we're here at the Jacksontown Community Center for the Jacksontown Football Club versus the Holland United Football Club. The score is now 2-0 with Jacksontown leading. With Jacksontown, if they win this game, they will move to 15 points in the table. They were already sitting at third. With these 3 points, it will be a very, very valuable 3 points for them, because they have Spicy Hill, who is sitting behind them, who also has 12 points as well. So they already know how that will go. If the Spicy Hill team wins and Jacksontown loses, it may be bad for them. But the Jackson team is in a very, very good position now. Seeing that it is halftime, they have done half the job already to secure the 3 points. They now have only the final 45 minutes to go all the way. So the Holland United team, on the other hand, they're sitting in ninth place, and this is literally their last game to have a chance in this league. If they lose this one, they will basically not make it to the playoffs. They are sitting in ninth place with 5 points, and above them would have been Invaders, Copper Spin, and Duanville, all sitting on 9 points. So this would have done very, very good for them to come up into the standings. But as I said, if they lose this game, they are basically out of the runnings. So a little bit of statistics for this game specifically. We see the Jackstown team receiving 9 corners so far, with the Holland team not receiving any. When it comes on to the throws, we see the Jackstown team receiving 8, while Holland received the same as well. For the free kicks, we see them both winning 5 free kicks, with the Holland team getting 2 free kicks in a very, very good position. Saran Williams, he made a very good attempt with one of them. Over the second one, he blasted it over the top of the goal. So when it comes on to the crosses, we see Jackson making a lot of cross. As I've been saying earlier, that is the strong point of their game, and they actually got a goal from crossing the ball over as well. When it comes on to the yellow card, we saw the captain for the Jackson team receiving a yellow card after he tried that Maradona attempt, trying to get the ball in with his hand. However, I'm here at the half line and I could hear his hand slap that ball. He did not do as Maradona did, but maybe he was in a big World Cup stadium, so no one heard it. But we obviously picked it up immediately when he did it. When it comes down to the offside, we see the Holland United team playing a very, very good offside game, with the Jackson team receiving 3 offsides, with Holland being offside only once so far. So going back to the table, and going all the way through it, at top we have the Duncans United FC team. They were sitting on 17 points before they played yesterday. They could have won to 20 points, however they lost to the Harmony FC team that was sitting in fifth with 10 points. So with Harmony winning that game, they now move up from the fifth position to third, sitting right behind Saltmarsh. So them and Saltmarsh, they would have been on the same amount of points. However, Saltmarsh, they defeated the Invaders team 3 goals to 2. So Invaders would now be sitting on 16 points, which brings them 1 point behind the Duncans United FC team. So going into match day 10, it's going to be a very, very exciting one, because of course we do know that the Duncans United FC team, they want to finish the regular round as the winners. They have been very, very consistent over the last 2 seasons. Last year, they went to the knockout final and they lost to the Harmony team 1-0. They went to the Major League finals as well and they lost to the Duanville team 1-0. So now they're here. The battle is still the same, but this time they want to go all the way. For more in the standings, we have the Duanville team sitting on sixth, and even before we go to the Duanville team, we have the Spice Hill team sitting on fourth with 12 points, and they play today as well. So if they actually win, 12 plus 3, that's 15 points. They will be sitting in a driving seat position going into that final match day 10 as well. So match day 10 is looking to be very, very interesting, and we will be carrying a game live depending on how the table stacks up. More than likely, we will be featuring one of the teams that could possibly end the regular rounds as the winner of the regular round. Of course, there are no trophies for winning the regular round, but what they do get is that the first and the second place team, they automatically move on to the semifinals. So they get some time to rest, they get some time to go back to the drawing board, train a little bit, and wait to see who they will face after the playoff round has ended. So going into match day 10, that first and second position is going to be very, very vital because the games have been coming very, very quickly. And if you are a team going into the semifinals with the ambition to go to the finals, you're going to want some rest. You're going to want to get your team to relax a bit and come to Jamaica Street Sports and watch the other teams, study them a little bit, and then have an advantage going into that semifinal. So that's what we are really looking for here. So sitting in sixth place is Duan Vale. They are playing the prospect team today, and we are expecting them to get that 3 points. Prospect may surprise us and they might draw. Our prospect team might actually win as well. However, the Duanville team, they are sitting in a position that it has a lot of advantage because we're now in match day 9, and today when they play, this will be the 7th game that they're playing. So that means that they have 2 games that they would now have basically an advantage to play and win and hop up in the table. So the Duanville team, they have a lot of advantage. It is simply now down to them to make the best of that advantage, as they are basically they are like a hawk. They're out there, they're up. They were the ones that won the competition last year. So they are now just looking down, seeing what is exactly happening, and it is just now for them to make the best of the situation. So they are playing Prospect today, as I said. One of the rescheduled games that they have is the Prospect team as well. And let me see if I will get enough time to bring up the game that they have, the other rescheduled game. So that will be against. Let's see if I will get it fast enough as the halftime is getting ready to get started. The next rescheduled game that they have will be against the Copper Spain team, which is a very, very hot battle. So we now go back to the game.
Cameraman, don't catch a run up on the camera and remember, I run your one. Don't make a run up on the camera. Boom, boom, badness.
We see Brandy's Erskine getting the game restarted for the Jacksontown team. As if you're just tuning in, the score is 2-0, Jacksontown leading 2 goals to nil here live at the Jacksontown Community Center. Also, if you're just tuning in, you're watching this game live on the Jamaica Street Sports YouTube channel. So you want to go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and share. Share to a lot of persons. Share to anyone that you know that loves the game of football and they are not currently watching this game right now. So we see the number 20 for Holland taking the first corner of the game in the second half. And we see a change being made. Oh.
Daniel, closer 316, Daniel.
Brandy's Erskine with the ball. It did go outside though, so the Jackson team now has their first throw in for the second half. As Hugh George Watson now has the ball at his foot. Loses it though to the Holland United team. As they're really desperate now to get a goal to the good, being down 2 goals at the moment. Even though they're losing, you must say that they're passing the ball around and they're playing a very attractive game. However, the only thing that they haven't managed to do so far is find the back of the net, as we see the number 19 going down the field with the number 20 there trying to get the ball in, Mr. Kyle Wilson. See Joshua Waite with the ball.
Yo, let's go outside now, youth.
Good goal there by Hugh George Watson. As he defeats the goalkeeper and he passes it in very, very easily. Hugh George Watson is a very, very clinical goal scorer, and when he gets it, doesn't play with it. See him walking in the center circle with Brandy's Erskine there. Brandy's, he got a lot of chances. However, he seems to want to take a page from the book of Hugh George Watson and just calm down and score some goals today. We see the Holland team panicking. And as you should hear, their assistant coach giving them some good advice there. They're only causing more pressure on themselves. And of course, we want to see goals. However, when one team is doing all the scoring, that is never a good thing because the game is not exciting at that point in time. See the number 9 for the Jackson team calmly ushering the ball out. Ushering Jackson as he now has the ball at his foot. With O'Keel Evans forcing the ball to the outside to almost give up a throw in. See the Jackson team playing very, very calmly, passing the ball around as they have 3 goals to the good. They're leading this game 3 goals to 0. And we see Hugh George Watson passing the ball around to every player trying to get a touch as they aim to run the clock out and go home with these very, very valuable 3 points. And we see Brandy's Erskine with the ball. No one is in there. And he tries to cross. And he goes easily to the goalkeeper. See the number 8 change in the game there. Delmar White. As Aldin Vernon now has the ball at his foot.
Point standing.
As the Holland keeper receives the ball. So I'll be going over the point standings again momentarily. See the Jackson team really enjoying themselves out here, passing the ball around this Holland United team. The number 11, Akil Smith, receives a foul right there. And that's a very, very rough tackle by Siran Williams, player of the Holland United team. And Akil Smith, he really, really felt this one. As we see the medical personnel going on to the field. So let me go over the point standings quickly. We see in first place the Duncans United team playing 8 games, 17 points, and this point standings is as at match day 8. So we're not including the games that have been played yesterday. So in first place, Duncans United played 8, 17 points. Saltmarsh United played 8, 13 points. Jacksontown played 7. They sit with 12 points, with the Spicy Hill team playing 8 and also having 12 points. Harmony United playing 8 with 10 points, and we see 3 teams with 9 points, with Duan Vale being one of them, playing 6 games, and Cooper's Pen and Invaders playing 7 games, being the other 2 teams. Holland United sitting in 9th position with 5 points, and Prospect sitting in 10th position, playing 7 games with no points thus far. Beautiful kick there by Hugh George Watson, and he hits the side net. He's really ruined that one, as he would love to get a brace or even a hat trick in this game. Brandy's Erskine passing it out to Akil Smith over on the right side. Easily passes his defender, going to the middle of the field, and he wins another foul. Foul by the number 17 there from the Holland United team, Coran Enriquez. And they receive a free kick at a very, very good spot. And we see Hugh George Watson is not approaching this one, with Brandy's Erskine standing over the ball alongside Akil Smith. So we see a 4-man wall being set up as Brandy's Erskine and Akil Smith, they conversate on what they will make of this one. Akil Smith curls it around, however, the goalkeeper calmly collects and passes out to the left side. Outside to Akil Smith. Trying a lot of skill there, and he loses it to the Holland player, but they receive it and now passing it around the defense line. We see Holland United winning a free kick there. The referee saying that he could have played the advantage, however, the Holland team still retains the ball.
I just said, come on, you can't walk off a field, so relax yourself.
The Jackson team passing the ball around lovely as it now goes back to Akil Evans. Captain had the ball at his feet, however, he lost it due to a slight tackle there by the Holland player. And they proceed to pass the ball around as they run the clock down. Terry Q advancing has Hugh George Watson steps back to rest as he is a vital player in the team. And the referee gives a yellow card to the number 8, Delmar White. Delmar White now exits the field as we see the number 14, I believe, Kirk Fisher, taking his place. We also see a goalkeeper change being made here as Alex Roden steps off the pitch.
I see him number one. I see him number one. I go there. I see him number one. Can't go. You have to get to our next six man. I have to go by that six man.
Hey, I'm 2-0 that here. I reality.
Why you make it turn the wrong side?
Eh? Can't turn around. Eh? I ain't get to put over like that.
So we see Roger Golden being the second substitute going on for the starting goalkeeper Alex Roden as the play restarted by the Holland United team from a throw-in. You see the number 4 there for the Jackson team, Ashwin Minto, trying to make an advancing pass. However, we now see the first offside of the second half with, as I said, the Holland team playing a very, very good offside game. Good tackle there by the Jackson player. And that was the number 4, Ashwin Minto. Tackle there on Joshua Waite by Ashwin Minto. As the Holland team is now in the attacking third with Ron Williams now having the ball. However, he doesn't manage to get a cross in. We see Akil Smith out on the right side for the Jacksontown team. He tries to square it over. However, he doesn't make the best use of it. Kyle Wilson trying to flick it over. With the play now being stopped. As Siran Williams, he has been down for a moment now. As he took off his shoes and holding his ankle. We see a stop to play momentarily as Siran Williams now gets his boots back on and is assisted off the field. Kenil Mowat there making his first touch as we see the youngster calling for the ball as he's getting some very, very good development here in the TRELAWNY Major League. Tyreek McGrath trying to catch that ball, however, it wasn't fast enough to do so. Beautiful ball there by Hugh George Watson to the outside as we see Jacksontown really passing the ball as they should. The ball goes wide to the number 19 and he kicks. Doesn't go on target, but the goalkeeper for the Holland team, recognizing that he is down, he collects the ball and he throws it out to the right. You see the Jacksontown team receiving a try there. As they calmly and slowly seek to get the game restarted as they're the one leading here, so they have the advantage. We see a change being made with the number 19 coming off. Aldane Vernon with the number 20 entering the park, Shane Brown.
Come, spread, come. Come on, man. It's a pass. Yeah, man. Come line.
Keeper urging his players to push the line as they are down 3-0. So this Holland team, if they want to get something out of it, they need to be attacking. Good try there by Brandy Zerskin. He had the entire left side of the goal. However, he kicked the ball on the goalkeeper and he pulled a very, very good save there. As I said, Brandy Zerskin, he only needs to calm down and make use of the opportunities that he's getting, because he is getting a lot of them, and he should at least have a brace by now. Beautiful square there by Akil Smith over the ball. It went apart. It went past all the attackers, and no Holland defender managed to get ahead on it either. And so this Jackson team now receiving another corner, and they do know how to make use of them.
Kyle, come this side where ball upon.
Third corner for the day. See the number 14 trying to make an attempt there. Hugh George Watson kicking the ball out to the left as Akil Evans controls. Terry Q McGrath kicks it to the side netting as he fails to get that fourth goal that Jacksontown is really pushing to receive. Just checking the chat here as I see some persons asking which team is at 3. So the team that is at 3 is the team in the red, the Jacksontown Football Club, who is playing against the Holland United Football Club, which is in the orange top and the black shorts. We see Kyle running down the field, not passing the ball as he loses it. Coran not passing the ball as well. For some reason, this Holland team, they're not passing the ball. They do play lovely when they pass the ball, and it opens up the space. It creates better opportunities for them. But it seems these 3 goals are not getting to their head, with Randy's Erskine scoring the ball right across the face of the goal. We see the number 20 that just came on, Shane Brown. He was there, but he wasn't close enough to even get a touch for Jacksontown to get that fourth goal. See Kenny Mowat. He isn't fast enough to catch this one, and the Jacksontown team now have a goal kick. Akil Evans with the ball at his foot, passes it out to the number 20 that just entered the park, Shane Brown. Let's see what he will do. Passes it back to Evans. Evans sizes up. It kicks, but it's not a good one, and it goes to the goalkeeper easily, as he's seeking to push his attackers. Hugh George Watson stepping down into the defense there, and he's really controlling it. He's bringing his composure into defense, and he passes it back to the goalkeeper, who now passes it down the middle. He could have passed it out to the wide, which they actually do now, with Akil Smith having the ball at his foot. He runs past the number 19 of the Holland United team, but he doesn't manage to get it into the space that he was trying to exploit. The number 14 there for the Jackson team went with a shot. Kirk Fisher. It was a good one, but it wasn't necessarily going where he wanted it to go. Kenny, the number 11 there for the Holland United team, Mario Williams, actually turning and he made a good pass as he tries to send his teammate down the line, Kyle Wilson. However, there's too much weight on that pass, and that one fizzes out to a goal kick for the Jacksontown team. Terry McGrath having Joshua running from left to right as he seems very frustrated, not getting the service and not getting the opportunities that he would like. Free kick there for the Holland United team. As we see two players standing here for the Jacksontown team, getting ready to enter the pitch. Good pass there to the number 10, the captain of the Jacksontown team. The ball went to Akil Evans, and the captain plays it too hard. So now goes out to a throw in for the Holland United team. We see two changes being made. The number 4, Ashwin Minto, coming off. And the number 9, Ashwin Jackson, also coming off as well. We see the number 12 going on there. D'Angelo Wilson. Getting some game time here as the Jacksontown team is already leading by 3 goals to 0. With the number 6, Richon Finletter, also getting ready to go on.
I don't know which match he played in the fingernail. How much of me is in there? How much last night they do?
Turn already.
Beautiful ball being passed there to Akil Evans. He doesn't get to control it the way he would want to, but we now see the number 14, Kirk Fisher, with the ball at his foot, hitting into the referee, and they receive the ball back as the referee drops it for the Jacksontown team.
Watch out! Hey!
Akil Evans with the ball at his foot. He kicks it, and that's a beautiful shot. The goalkeeper pulls off a very beautiful save there as Akeem Hudson, the Holland United goalkeeper, is really doing his best to keep his team in this match. So far, we saw the Jackson team taking 4 shots on target. And yes, that last one was by Conte, O'Keel Evans. Jacksontown running down the clock, passing the ball as they now lose it to the Holland United team, received by Coran Enriquez, and it's now back at his foot.
Watch out. Watch out.
Long ball there trying to find Joshua Waits as the Holland United team is trying to get back a goal to the good. Sky Wilson tries to spin and pulls a foul on the Jacksontown captain there, the number 10. Richard Williams walks away from the ball as Hugh George Watson plays it over the top to Akil Smith, the number 11 for the Jacksontown team. We see a player down for the Holland United team as the medical personnel enters the field. We see the Holland United team getting ready to introduce the number 4, Jordan McIntosh, to the field. We see the number 11 led through there and he kicks a shot. He doesn't get it on though, as Akil Smith, he makes a beautiful try there, but he doesn't manage to get it on target to even force a save from the goalkeeper, Hakeem Hudson, for the Holland United team. Quick shout out to some of the viewers that we have here. We see Amal Reed, Kemisha Hudson, Delton Moody, Jacqueline Hudson. Seems we have the Hudson family in the house. Shamdan, Delton Moody again, Sender Price. As we now have a substitution with Joshua Waite exiting the field with the number 4, Jordan McIntosh, getting some game time here. O'Keel Evans with the ball at his foot. Goal! Good shot there by Akil Evans. Contest scores as Jackson Town goes 4 goals to the good. Beautiful goal there by Akil Evans. Four goals to the Jackson Town team.
Come on, Damian. Keep working, Damian. Keep working.
The Holland team restarts play. The coach is urging them to keep their head up as the game is not done yet. It is a very hard task to ask them to come back and even draw or win this game, but at least getting a goal would be good for them. The Jackson goalkeeper controls the ball very, very calmly as he passes it out to Hugh George Watson. Jackson Town calmly playing the ball as they're 4 goals up. But Akil Smith, he gets an offside right there, seeking to get the 5th goal for the Jackson Town team. We see a foul on the number 17 player there, Coran Enriquez, as the Holland team receives a free kick. And we see the Hudson family in the chat is here for Akil Smith. Akil Smith seems to be their baller, and he is a good baller. And he is impacting this game here very, very much. Good attempt there by Hugh George Watson, and it does make it all the way to Akil Smith. He tries to pass the ball to Akil Evans. Conte, they call him. However, he didn't manage to go all the way as the Holland team slowly progressed the ball down the field. Good pass there by the number 10, the captain of the Jackson Town team. To the left side as the ball slowly goes in, and Akil Smith, he pulls a foul. And the game is restarted with Akil Evans. Beautiful try there. The Jackson Town fans are really getting excited here. With them being 4 goals up, they want their team to go and get that 6. Kyle Wilson, he kicks, and that was a beautiful shot. It just never went on target. And that is actually the first shot for the Holland team here, if I'm not incorrect, as they're not managing to have their way in the final attacking third. But they are trying their best to get at least 1 goal back in this game. Kenny Mowat there with the ball as he looks to get it in. Gets it to Kyle Wilson, and he tries to pass it back to him. And Akil Evans now loses the ball with the number 17, trying his best there. Roger Golden gets the play started with the number 12, DeAngelo Wilson. Passes it into Brandy's Erskine. And he kicks on, he kicks it straight to the goalkeeper. Brandy's Erskine seems as if he doesn't want to score. He's using his power, but he's not trying to be accurate. He could have been at least 4 goals up right there. Kicking it directly on the goalkeeper as the fans and his other teammates, they look on in disappointment. Brandy's Erskine once more, and he kicks it to the side netting. Oh my God! Brandy's Erskine must be losing some confidence there as he's getting the shots, but he's definitely not getting the goal so far. Akil Smith now gets the ball as his grandmother is here watching him live on the Jamaica Street Sports channel with the number 20, passing it to the inside. And Akil Evans failed in getting that one in the back of the net. Good defeat there. Passes it to the number 11. And that is a 5th goal there for Akil Smith. The crowd is here looking, and they're wondering if it's an offside, but it definitely is not an offside as the referee points to the middle of the field for the Holland team to get the game started, as that is now the 5th goal for the Jacksontown team. They got 2 in the first half and now they have 3 in the second, and they are now just 1 goal away from getting that 6-0 that the fans and the crowd are really calling for. And they do have a few minutes left in the game, so we will see if they end up getting that 6th goal, but they do not manage to get it as the referee calls a halt to the game, as we end here with Jacksontown winning the game 5 goals to 0.
No put on no shooting boot as the rock. How money old man? Good.
Good win, man. Should I get some more goals?
Yeah, man.
Good. Okay, so we have here Brandy's Erskine, one of the managers of the Jacksontown team, as you get this valuable 3 points, bringing you up into the top half of the point standings, going closer to the first place. How do you feel about these 3 points?
We're happy with the win. We came here to get 3 points. Actually, it's a home game, so we came out to get 3 points and we get 3 points. I mean, we get high to score line. We miss a few chances, but I mean, the 3 points is the important thing, and we get that, so we're happy.
Okay, great. So with your team getting very, very close to the first and second position, which is an automatic qualification to the semifinals, how do you feel about that with the playoffs approaching?
With the playoff approaching, we are pretty much in a good position. We are trying to get into the top 2. If not, we just want to stay in the top 6, so we can be in the thick of things come the end of the season. So, I mean, closer to the top.
Okay, great. So I remember speaking to you earlier before the game, and you said that Jacksontown, they aren't a team that has won a lot of trophies in the past. So with your team heading closer to the playoffs, the semi-finals, and the final coming up. How do you feel with this being a silverware that you could bring back home to the Jackson
I
community?
mean, once you're into a tournament or a league, it's always you aim to get to the top and win it. So we are in it to win it. If we can win it, we always go for it. I mean, we don't win a lot of silverware in the past. Go to a lot of semi-final and finals, but never able to take home one or two. So, I mean, if we can take it home, we'll be happy with that.
Okay, great. So now turning the attention to you as a player. So we saw you got a lot of opportunities there. You did make use of the first one, but as they came, you didn't manage to get a second or that hat trick. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm not happy with the performance. I mean, we could always improve as a team or as a player. I get a few chances and I miss a few. I actually take the first one, but I mean, going forward, I have to be more clinical and try to make the chances count. Because at the end of the day, goal difference might be a big thing come to the end of the season.
Great, that sounds good. So with you going into your final game, you got these 3 points. With this final game coming up, what do you have to say to the fans looking on as you go into match day 10?
I mean, the fans can see it too. We're going for another 3 point, trying to secure our spot into the playoff or secure our spot into the semi-finals. So, I mean, we want the support, we want the fans to come out. Jackstone fans are be passionate and love the team. So, I mean, they will come out, and we always be thankful and great for the support. So, we just want the fans to continue to come out.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right.
Half hour? Which part? Where stand up there? Line? You good?
So we have Mr. Dwight Jeremiah here, the coach of the Holland United football team. This would have been a very, very critical game with your team being in ninth and these points being valuable. So how do you feel coming out with a loss?
I mean, it's a loss. You'll always lose football games, and as a coach, I know that. It's just the manner in which you lose. Sometimes, as a coach, you don't want that. Um, but you have to give with what we are working with. It's not the same team that played the last game. Again, we had about 5 changes. We have a player that we're looking at for the first time. He's expressed some interest, so we just wanted to see. For us, it's more about just developing, continue to develop. This season, we know it was going to be difficult, and then the competition is being played now in a time when exam is at its highest. So we have persons who have CXC, they have end of term. So about half of the guys who played the last game not here today because of exams, and parents want them to study, and you can't fault them for that. So we understand what we're working with. Um, so I'm okay with losing. I just feel like even though there's a lot of changes to the team today, you just want effort from guys, and I just think some of them sometimes just don't seem to give the effort as they should. But like I said, it's work in progress. I mean, Holland used to be dishing out these things to other teams, but we understand it. I mean, for us, it's about developing some young talents, finding the right one. Some of them won't be good enough, and we'll just leave them out, and some will be around the thing so that they can grow in it. So it's just what we're doing.
Beautiful. And you speak about the development and the effort there. And in the beginning of the game, we saw the Holland team, they were passing very, very fluently. But as we got to the end, the effort, it really dropped. So what will you be saying to your team
It's
with
difficult
that?
when you don't train together. And I said a lot of these guys, a few of them wouldn't normally start. Central defender, tall guy, he wouldn't have started. Number 14 as well wouldn't have started. This is his first ever game for Holland. He just expressed an interest, and we said, let us see what you look like. Um, so yeah, I understand not getting the fluidity because you get that from continuous training together and understanding how persons move and work. And a baller may want it to his feet while another will want it into space. You only learn that when you train together. So not training together, it's difficult to get the fluidity. So it will happen for a short moment in the game,
Yes.
but as the opponent begin to play their game and pressurize you, then it becomes a little bit more difficult. And I think that's what happened today.
So your goalkeeper, he did very, very well to keep the Holland team in the game. So what do you have to say about
I
that
tell you what,
goalkeeper there?
I want you to, and I'm happy you touched the goalkeeper because that is what I'm going to remind viewers of and point them to. We will be back in our position where we were before with some of these 13-year-old and 12-year-old. My goalkeeper played his first confed game for Holland at 14 years old at
Beautiful.
UDC in Montego Bay.
Great.
And that's why he's this good today, because he
Yes.
started at 14. And when he was there, a lot would
Yes.
say he can't keep, he's too short, all of that stuff. But we understand. And here you are pointing him out. And he would have won many titles for Holland.
Yes.
He's probably our only senior player.
Yes.
He's the only surviving player from the last time we won a trophy in the parish, which was just before COVID. So that is testimony to what we're about. So you'll talk back to me in about a 3 years' times, and you'll be pointing to some players how well they're doing. And today, I'll point you back 3 years. Then I'll point you back to this game today to point out some of those who weren't good enough.
Yes. So
That's the belief we have.
beautiful. So I saw Kenny Hill, he entered the field.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who the other younger players were. So could you
The young
tell us about some of them?
Kenny Ilmawati came on at halftime. He's
Yes.
13 years old. Jardine came on towards the latter part of the game, the last 10 minutes. He's 12 years old. He's a 7th grader.
Yes.
There's another player, Damian, who came on at halftime with Kenny. He's
Yes.
15 years old. He's an 8th grader
Yes.
as well. So you have season campaigner. If you talk about the Jacksontown team, Hugh George Watson, Moppy,
Yes.
is a player I had at 14 years old. Now
Yes.
he's back down in his thing.
Yes.
There's another player in the middle of the park, number 10. He played with me for a lot of time.
Yes.
So if you look at a lot of teams in the parish, there's a lot of them who represented Holland at one time.
Yes.
And they're doing well. And I'm happy to see that. But I'm telling you, there's a generation that we have coming through the ranks. In another 2 years,
Yes.
you will see them right back where they were and probably moving on. For me, I don't want to work with a 30-year-old who's not going anywhere.
Yes.
I prefer to
understand.
work with a 12, get beaten, but in 4 years, 5 years' time, he's going to be looking to break down the door to go somewhere else. And that's what I'm about. I'm searching for the next Krista J. Daly.
Yes.
That's the quest I'm on. So let's see if I find one.
Very well said. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Akil Smith, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we have Akil Smith here, the man of the match from the Jacksontown team. So from the very, very start of the game, we saw you getting the ball out on the right side. Sometimes you switch to the left. So how do you explain your game that you had today?
Well, not my best game.
Speak out loud.
Well, not my best game, but I'm just trying to build on my game. Every game I want to score. Every game I want to score an assist for my team. If I don't get to score, hopefully I can assist.
Okay, great. So I saw that you and Hugh George Watson has been taking the corner kick. So would you say that you are someone that loves to square the ball in, because that's what we see the team really focusing on?
Yeah, because I have brilliant kick, so always want to get the ball in the box as best as possible for one of my players.
Okay, great. I also see that you had a few stars and a few tricks in your sleeve as well. So is that something that you love to integrate into the game, or is it just something that you add when you see it becoming necessary?
Well, I do it when it's necessary. Most games I play, like they must say, like I'm not passing the ball that much. So I try cut out the little tricks, or but for one defender, I will do my thing.
Okay, great. So with your team looking to go into the playoff, what would you say that you're working on to help this Jacksontown team to make it all the way to the finals?
Most thing I want to do, stay confident, stay physical and positive every time I play.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in the playoff or the semifinals and the finals as well.
Okay, thank you.
So there you have it for the live game here at the Jacksontown Community Center. We had Jacksontown FC versus Holland United. The game ended 5-0, of course, with Jacksontown receiving 5 goals and Holland United not managing to score today. So if you're just tuning in, you can go all the way back to the start of the video as this live ends, or you could also go and watch some of the past videos that have been there so far. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Jamaica Street Sports.